Mike James Rock Show.
You're watching the Mike James Rock Show.
Right, it's Mike from the Mike James Rock Show. We are at Amplified 2018. Ryan from the Headliners Soils joined us on the sofa on the bus.
And Mike on the bus with me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's nice to get in the shade as well. It's like
The sun in England.
it's unheard of, and it's been here for a month.
I moved here in December, and this is not what I signed up for.
You're expecting it to be like March when it was snow across the entire country and we ground to a standstill.
I hate the sun, so I thought me moving to England was a perfect match, and all of a sudden this fire orb thing in the sky came out, and I was like, what? I thought I got away from you.
So how are you finding the UK now you're living here?
Great.
Yeah?
You know, one thing I used to love when I was just coming over to tour each year was I loved I love the things that I'd tell people, like, I love kebabs and or kebabs or whatever. I love kebabs, and everybody'd be like, no, you only eat those when you're pissed, like at 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I look forward to eating them. Since I've lived here, I've had 2, and I've gotten like deathly sick from them.
Because you weren't pissed at the time?
I don't know what it was. I think they just turned on me. It's like the sun coming out. Everything's just like, screw Ryan.
It's all just backwards in the UK.
Yeah.
It's like, but you're over here to headline. Well, the rest of the band, I guess, are over here with you.
Yeah,
to
I bring them with once in a while.
Yeah, once in a while I'll bring them over. They brought the sunshine.
Yeah, it'll be the last time I bring them over if that's the case.
But they're dragging you back to the US next week. Yeah,
we got festivals. Yeah, we're doing the whole
nice
US
lineups.
festivals next week, and I think. I don't know, fingers crossed. It sounds like it's a pretty good thing that we'll be back here doing festivals again next summer. So.
Oh, okay. Because you've got like I guess it's almost a greatest hits kind of album.
Yeah, it's something.
It's something, yeah.
Yeah, a greatest hits for Soil would be like what, Halo 12 times. You can say I just said it. You can agree. It's okay.
There are club nights that would make a lot of people happy. Just press that down and everyone goes nuts for it.
That's not a bad thing.
How did you go about picking the tracks then? I suppose it's more of is it a playlist nowadays, or are you actually doing a physical?
Tim had a lot to do with that, our bass player, and we wanted to do something that wasn't just here's songs that you already have, and so we have like versions of the songs that everybody knows. We have songs that everybody knows, but then we have just a lot of like. Tim is kind of the gatekeeper. He's the vault keeper in this case. Oh. He has stuff that I don't even remember doing recording wise.
Well, like demos and
and he brought out. There's some tracks on there. There was a track that we recorded with Vinnie Paul. Vinnie produced it. We recorded it at Dime's the studio in Dime's backyard.
Must be so poignant right now.
And back when they were both still with us. And But a song on there is from that. There's a song that the guys did with Wayne Static, and it ends up being now, especially when you look back at it, it's like the greatest hits album is almost
it's almost an obituary for people.
The guys do a cover of Rusty Cage that we put on there, and we did this a while back. Put this together, and then all of a sudden, we've been hit with the trace. So it's just kind of it's kind of an inadvertent tip of the hat to some great musicians that we've been able to know and to work with over the years. So, but the point being is there's just like we pulled out a lot of tracks like that isn't necessarily stuff that people have been able to get a hold of before and stuff that we made available on this. So it isn't your typical greatest hits album that's just a bunch of songs that everybody's already got.
It's a body or a collection of work to show you through your entire discography, I guess.
Right, the whole scary trip. Yeah, and we did that. The Blues Brothers. To me, it's Blues Brothers. The Give Me Some Love, and we did a cover of that, threw it on there. Which, for me, I think of Blues Brothers. You think Chicago. Soil's a Chicago band, so it all kind of fit together. So it was kind of a cool little album that Tim had a lot to do with throwing the material together for.
That's cool though, that you've actually got someone that's got the time to be able to go back and look through archives and things like that.
Yeah, he's thank goodness somebody kept a hold of that stuff. Like I said, he pulled out stuff I didn't even remember doing. He's like, oh, all right.
And there's been so
much.
Does
it sound okay?
There has been so much to your career as well. You touched on it then, working with people like Vinnie Paul and Wayne Static, and you seem to be one of those bands that have managed to sustain themselves through absolute turmoil within the industry as well. How have you managed to balance it and keep yourselves, relevant and sustained within the industry?
We're just dumb. We're too stupid to know when to quit.
Fair enough.
No, really, Soil is really just an example of amazing fans. People. I've always hated to use for 20 years. I've hated to use the word fans, but the family out there that comes out and lets us play our music and buys the music and lets us have a job to do, and they've kept us around for 20 plus years, and that's amazing.
Well, we always knew that your fans. We saw you in, I can't remember what tour it was, but you were over here and you played Bristol O2 Academy. And when you did Halo, the audience, we recorded it on our phones, which I know bands don't like us doing, but just to show that the audience were louder than the PA singing back, and you were like in
cool.
the pit singing it and all sorts, just going crazy. And then there was the absolute global outpouring when you fell ill over here in the UK as well. That must have really, the fan base and the love you've got off the back of that must have really helped with your recovery, I guess.
Yeah, it was definitely that was an experience, learning how to walk right again and
Of course, yeah.
scratch your head without poking yourself in the eye, and it was a write your own name. That kind, it was a bit of a haul getting back to normal again, but definitely the encouragement that I got from people definitely kept my head in the right direction.
That's cool. It keeps you grounded, but even more cool is the fact that you're still getting back up on stage as well. That's
Again,
testament to
just
the hard work
dumb.
you put in. Yeah.
just don't know when to quit. Yeah.
Would it have been an option, or was that, would you have actually quit the band, or was it one of those cathartic things? It's like, I've got a goal of getting back on stage with my boys, and that's what's going to help me with my recovery.
To be completely honest with you, I can't even say it was anything that cool. For me personally, it was a huge. I got kids and stuff, and so for me, it was just a matter of reassessing. I've never been a big partier, but in the past 10 years, I've been a huge drinker.
Okay.
To an kill a horse every night type standard. So, I've learned that I got to back off a little bit. That obviously I'm not bulletproof. None of us are, and
it's a huge reality check. As
yeah.
well.
So I just getting my life. I was lucky. The type of stroke that I had, I was very lucky to recover the way I did. So it was kind of more of getting myself fixed so that I could be there for the kids and stuff later in life.
Family
so
first.
Really, it was kind of a, I wake up blessed every day that I've been able to do this as a music that I love for 20 some years. I'm not crapping on that whatsoever. But for me personally, just honestly, the family was a big part of it.
That's cool, man.
I've had such a blessing with the music that if it did end tomorrow, wow, what a ride it's been. So for me, it's it was big time just family.
That's cool.
Vision.
What's next for Soil? We've mentioned that you're going over to the States in next week to do some tours. What's after that for the rest of the year?
We've been talking about new material,
Nice.
and the guys have been writing. So we actually wrote a little bit before the last U.S. run that we had, and just about a month ago they were throwing ideas at me, and we were tinkering with some of those ideas and stuff. So the writing process has definitely begun. How we're going to go about putting it out there, I don't know yet. There's a lot of little interesting ideas that everybody has, because the industry is completely different, so it's a matter of how you're going to attack it.
Yeah.
So
it's completely on its head from when you started, and
absolutely.
The last album it's changed again since then as well, I imagine.
Yeah.
And by the time you've actually recorded and going towards that launch and stuff, it will have evolved once again. It's ever evolving.
So I don't know exactly, but I know that we're just doing what we love to do, which is writing right now. So
writing, and then
we'll see what happens.
That's cool. It's been an absolute pleasure catching up with you.
Thanks for your time again.
I hope you enjoy the show over here in the UK tonight, Amplified Festival. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank y'all.
Right, thanks very much for watching my interview with Ryan from Soil here. Very insightful, as you can tell. If you enjoyed that, we've got a whole bunch of other interviews on our YouTube channel. We've got a whole bunch lined up for the rest of the summer, so hit the notification, the like, and the little bell. You know what you're doing, and we'll catch you next time. Cheers.
Welcome to the My James Rock Show. You are watching the My James Rock Show.